All right, so you can not only just send strings, integers, stuff like that. You can also send objects. So what if we had a form? You know, we had a form to fill out. We have the first name, last name, address, stuff like that. And we need to send that in the object over to the next activity. And we want to display the first name, last name, you know, things like that in the second activity, in the main activity too. So let's go ahead and do that right now. First off, we have to, let's go ahead and create a couple of text views here. Go ahead and just copy this. All right, so let's go ahead and just, whoops, always pressing that button. I'm so used to the Mac, I'm on Windows right now. So, all right, so let's go ahead and add a couple of text views here. All right, just copy paste, pretty simple. Let's go ahead and open this up. All we're gonna do is we're gonna just, this is gonna be first name, text, and then this is gonna be last name, text, and I guess we can do one more. Just make this I guess sender. So the name of the sender, okay? Now we got two text views. So what we need to do, I want you guys to get used to constraint layout. So just follow along. All this will make sense pretty soon. So remember we got our first text view that we got right here. So we need to constrain the other two up underneath each other. So we can just go, let's say, where we at? We just need the top to go to the bottom. Top to the bottom of. So we're gonna go to the bottom of main text too. All right. So let's make this one go to the bottom of first name. So top to top to bottom of. We're gonna go first name, and then we're gonna do one more. Top to bottom of. And this is going to be the last name. I mean the sender, I think, right? Oh, last text? Well, I meant to say last name, but go ahead and change that. All of this just for the sake of the video. Not trying to be too complex, you know, just now you see how all this is spread it out right there. Let's go ahead and just do something real quick. Like I said, we're going to get more into constraint layouts and the other layouts in the upcoming video. But so we want the bottom to go to the top of first name. So bottom to top of our first name. All right, so now let's do the chain style, vertical chain style. Let's do packed. Okay, so, well, I guess you're getting a little lesson with constraint layout right now. So you get a little combo going on. So let's go ahead and constrain the bottom of the first name to the top of last name, bottom to top. Top of last name, and then we want to go the bottom of this one to the top of sender. Top of sender. All right, there we go. Let me zoom in here. This is what we're gonna have in our next this is like our form. So this is going to be, you know, your first name is going to go here. I mean, your last name is going to go here. The sender is going to go here. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's see. And this is going to be the first name. So for the text, let's just go first name. Whoops. All right, so let's head back over to main activity 2, because we want to wire up, we want to find the IDs to each one of these and wire it up over here. That way we can, when we pass over our object, we can go ahead and set each one of these with the value that we from that object that we're going to pass over. So all right, just right up under here, let's just go ahead and create first name. Fine, first name, text view, find view by ID, R ID, and then the first name. So let's go ahead and duplicate that. I know it's like I think it's Control D for Windows. Okay, so now we got everything wired up. So what we got to do now is we need to go and create an object. So good thing about Kotlin, let's go ahead and create a data object. Let's create it in our project. That's the best way to do that right here. All right, see in the Java folder, got our main activity 2. We'll go over project structure and stuff like that later on, but for the sake of this tutorial, let's just make this very easy. So let's just go ahead and create a Kotlin file. It's just going to be our, let's just call this is going to be our form object, right? So form object, it's a data class. It's what we want to use just to save our object, to do our objects, okay? Yes, we always want to add this. So remember version control that we was doing, we're tracking everything, all the new files, all the new changes locally, and we're going to end up pushing that after we're done with this lesson. So let's just go ahead and say add. If yours show up, let's say add, and let's remember, don't ask me again, because yes, we're going to add the files. All right, so with this data class, we want to have value, let's say first name. This is going to be a string, okay? We're going to set our first name in the main activity, and then we're going to pass that over. This is last name. String. Do the same thing again. So this is sender. All right, this is a string. Awesome. All right, so this is our object that we're going to be using. So this is our form object that we're going to use between the main activity and the main activity 2. If we had a form that the user was inputting their first name, last name, and the name of the sender, from the UI, we want to store that data set. We want to store that data in this data object. That's the practice that you will usually do, because you want to pass this object over to different activities and around the app. So you have that data object. So let's say these are our form fields. So we have a new, let's go ahead and do like this. Value, this is our form. And then this is going to be our new form object. All right. So let's just say, for instance, like we're grabbing something from the UI, which is the text from the first name. First name, your boy. You know what I'm saying? All right. Whoops. I put my last name in there too. All right. So now next last name. Last name equals. All right. Sender. We wanna go ahead and add a value to our sender. So our sender is man, boss man sent you some money. Now we have our form. All right, so in order to send over the object, I'm gonna go put extra, just like we did before. And we want to use the one that sends over a serializable extra. Okay, so let's just go form, and then let's send over our form object. All right, so you see we getting this error right here. So this takes a serializable, so that means that this form object, we need to serialize it. So go to your form object. So what this is going to do is going to break the data down into bytecode when it's sent over, and that way it can restructure the data all over again. We're going to use, so for the form, we're going to go serializable. Okay, we're gonna implement this on our data class form. All right, and now you see our error goes away, so because now we have a serializable right there. So this form is ready to be passed over. This object is ready to be passed over. So let's go ahead and see if this is going to work. So let's move over to the main activity 2, and let's go ahead and wire it up. I always like to use the word wires. Use the phrase wire it up or whatever. You see right here we got the intent get int extra, so we want to get the serializable extra. So we gotta go, this is going to be our form object. We're gonna go form. So now we go intent. Once again, we getting the intent that called this activity. So you use intent dot get serializable extra. And remember, the key that we have for this was form, and that's all you need. There's no default value. So now we want to go ahead and set our first name, last name, and center. So let's go first name. Remember, we can go text text, and that means we set in the text for the first name. So we want to go into our form object. Whoops. We're going to go into our form object and grab what? Let's see. Oh, okay. So you see, like, form, and we're going into form, but we don't have our values. So what's happening here is, like, okay, so remember, like I said, it breaks it down into bytecode. All right, and then on this end, it's trying to put it back together, but it doesn't know it doesn't know what to put it back together as. So we have to cast this as a form. So so you want me to come back together as the form object, okay? And now we should be able to see our first, last, and center. So we can first name, install a new one. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Oh, $20, Roy Mcqueen, sent from the boss man. All right,